Hey everybody, it's Larry, Wes, and Mike with another virtual edition of Three Things. Wes, you are up.
Larry, I want to talk a little bit about Rashan Gary, the Packers' first-round pick from a year ago, and obviously one of the big bright spots here for this defense going into the future. And Mike Pettine, one of the three coordinators that spoke to the media on Friday, still really high on Gary and where he could potentially fit in this defense. Now, he appears to be in line for a big spike in playing time in 2020. Kyler Fackrell, who ate 400 snaps last year, well, now he's moved on to New York. And Pettine said one of the things he wants to do moving forward is to try to take some snaps off of Zadarius Smith and Preston Smith. And when you look at a guy like Gary, his makeup, his build, the way he plays the game, he seems like the perfect guy to be that next man up. They can use him outside as an outside rusher. He can move inside as a three tech, just like how they use Zadarius Smith. So this is a young man that I think, even though he's still only 22 years old, so much upside with him. I know so many Packer fans, they wanted him to jump right into the water and just swim as fast as he could, but that isn't how this game works. He's taken the time, he's built himself up this offseason, and Pettine sees him as one of the big guys in 2020 that's going to help this defense go to the next level.
Thank you, Wes. And Mike, what is your thing today?
Well, Larry, you know, every year, the undrafted rookie class that comes in, every guy has the long shot underdog story. And there's one that I wrote about on the website this week. His underdog story is something else. He's a 25-year-old rookie from Canada. His name is Marc-Antoine Dequoy, a defensive back, 6'3", just shy of 200 pounds. There are so many things about his story that are just fascinating to me. He ran a 4.35 40 at his pro day when he was dealing with bronchitis. His last 3 years of college football in Montreal, he intercepted 12 passes. He returned half of them to the house. 6 pick sixes in 3 years, Larry. The story that this guy has is really unbelievable, and his underdog story, he calls himself the underdog of the underdogs. He says 6 months ago, nobody in the NFL even knew who I was. His story is going to be one that'll be fun to follow.
Thank you, Mike. Folks, since we just observed Memorial Day, and since I am broadcasting from home, I'd like to show you something I'm very, very proud of. My dad quit high school and joined the Navy to fight in World War II. He served aboard the USS Denver, a light cruiser in the Pacific Theater. And this is a letter of commendation he received, and I'd like to read you just a portion of it. You are specifically commended for your gallant and efficient performance of duty as gunner of 40mm Director No. 1 during the enemy air attack of 28 October 1944. When this ship was attacked by an enemy dive bomber plane in a suicide dive, you remained at your station, maintaining the fire of your mount until the enemy crashed but a few feet from the ship, thus helping to prevent serious damage. Your conduct was at all times in keeping with the highest traditions of the United States Naval Service. Guys, if I was as tough as my old man, I'd have been tough. Thank you to all veterans. Hats off to each and every one of you.